are some of you in here already. If you cannot tell, guess where we're hanging out right now. Somewhere I have not been. I don't like that creaking sound back there. That thing should be super solid, but if we go down, at least it's on live stream. All right. Hopefully, we should have good Wi-Fi. We got Wi-Fi on the roof of the house right now that shoots here. What up, FBO? What up, D, the letter? What up, SF Joe? What's up, y'all? Thank you guys for joining this live. I've not done a non-members live stream in a long time. Just in case I see you're a member, brother. Thank you, thank you. Mackenzie, Jackson, Lorenzo, Cody, CMP, Ducky, Rigo. What's up, guys? The Hunting Blind Sesh. There you go. Oh, man, this is coming in. This is coming in fast. What's up, Derek? It is me. Dang. All right, so there's apparently a lag on the comment section because, yeah, we're in the hunting blind right now. You can see I didn't drywall the ceiling in here. And after drywalling the ceiling in the shed, which we'll get to an update video on that soon, I don't want to ever drywall a ceiling again. And this is tiny, but I don't want to do it. We're going to leave it open. What's up from Michigan? Saludos. What up, Steven? Slingshot practice. I was actually just up here filming a video I'll tell you guys about in a second, but let me crack the window over here because it is a little toasty. Watching from Tennessee. Charlie, I'd be a member if I can afford it. No worries, brother. I appreciate you. What's up? Got 240. Time for a haircut. Yeah, you're not wrong. These bad boys right here gotta go. So I shave like this section right here just to like avoid this from happening because I look pretty scraggly like that. Do I need rescued from Newsom? I don't know, y'all. I mean, everybody says California is horrible, but where I live, let me see if I can turn this camera around. It's feels pretty much like America out here. Like we got some slingshot targets over there that are currently blown over. It's not that bad, guys. Got them horns growing. Yeah, dude, these are definitely horns. All right, y'all. So I wanted to come on here. Jerky restock soon. Yes, we got a jerky restock, and then I've got a new Bianco for governor. Yes, sir. I've got a new supplier for the work for it decals. So unfortunately, the last guy that made them, the members know this. The last guy that did, you bored? I'll come get you right now. Clearly, you're bored, bro. Thought you're supposed to be out doing the touristy stuff, but am I more exciting than Shamu? Probably. So the guy that used to make the work for it decals unfortunately passed away. So we are, I've been in the process of finding somebody new. I think I have found them. I'm waiting on some samples to show up, and then we should have all the decals and stuff restocked as well. But I want to make sure they're quality, right? Like the last guy that made them for me made really, really good decals, and so I don't want to go with anybody. We got to make sure that they're right before we put them back on the website. I thought you cut your own vinyls. I cut the extra large non-printed ones, but the ones that have the flags and all that are printed, somebody else does those. I don't have a printer, I just have a cutter. So those have been done by somebody else for a long time. I'm about to swap my cab, gonna need a new sticker. Yes, sir, we'll get you taken care of. Bro, how do I become a member? So if you guys go back, Corey, congratulations on passing your driver's test, brother. That's awesome. If you go onto like my main channel page, right? So on YouTube, like just type in Dmaxryno, but actually go to my page. Don't like click on a video. There should be a thing that pops up that'll say, do you want to sign up to be a channel member? And I think you guys should if you are not channel members, because I just filmed the video that I think I've talked about a lot lately. And that is the neighbor that wanted to fight me because of lights that I had on my property and the whole ordeal that went down that night. There's a lot of cussing in it, so it can't really be on the main page. And I don't really want that guy to see, because I know he watches or knows of the channel and the video and all that. And it'll all make sense if you guys watch that video. So that video will be live tomorrow for the channel members. Super easy to sign up. It's just a couple of bucks. If you guys don't want to, no worries. You don't have to. But if you want to see that video, that is the way or the place to go. Just go onto my main page, and you should be able to easily find the little spot to become a channel member. You can see the guys that are in here that are channel members. They have the sweet little work for it next to their name in the chat. So any of you guys that are channel members, do a little comment right now, so it pops up and you guys can see you get the little work for it next to your name, which is cool. What's up, Jeff? Let's see. How am I doing since we lost Gunner, man? It's been rough. There's definitely still days where you think you see him coming out of the corner of the eye, in the house. So it's rough, but you know what they say, man, all dogs go to heaven. So he's up there. I'm sure he's looking down on us, and we're going to do him proud. There we go. We see all the channel members. Everybody with the work for it's next to their name. Appreciate you guys for being channel members. So again, that new video will be launching, and I think I just saw a bird that's trying to get in here. There was like 2 little drops of bird poop right here on the windowsill. Right there. Clearly a bird has been coming through that lock right there. But yeah, there's already a lot of videos on the channel member side if you guys want to go watch them. On my end, the members' name are also green. Yeah, they are on mine too. I totally missed that. Awesome. Thank you for bringing that up. I heard you say after SEMO is going to be a big secret for the SEMO cab. When we're going to hear about that? Ooh, there's a lot of stuff that's got to get in motion before we talk about the single cab motion, lotion news. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We got somebody signed up. Darren, welcome, brother. Thank you for becoming a member. There's got to be a way to do it on here. If you guys know how, let me know. My dad passed at the beginning of the month, and you dropped a video the same day. Really helped me, bro. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't even imagine, man. Losing a dog is hard enough. I don't know, losing a parent, man, it's got to be super rough. So I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm glad hopefully my videos brought a little bit of some joy into your life during that time. How's the horse? The horse is all right. As Gunner got older, him and the horse didn't really interact much. There's just not much that he can do. So she's doing all right. What are some steps on getting your GC license? So at least in California, you need to have 4 years experience at a journeyman or higher level. So journeyman, superintendent, foreman, whatever it may be, you need 4 years of that experience, and you got to have somebody willing to sign off on that. They could check pay stubs to make sure that you were actually at that level or whatever it may be. Then you have to take a trade test, which depending on what trade you want to go to, well, you're talking GC. So for me, it was a GC test, which is on all of the trades. And then you have to take a law and business test. That's a whole separate test. And that's all about taxes, workman's comp, liability insurance, like all kinds of stuff. And it can get a little daunting. A lot of that stuff is like in Latin, especially the tax stuff, how to write contracts. There's a lot of stuff that it's just you got to know it out of a book, right? And I'm not the type to study. Oh, look at that. We got 2 new members. Bjorn Nathan Bjarnason. Oh my God. Totally just butchered your name. I apologize. Greetings from Iceland. Awesome, brother. Thank you for becoming a member. And then we got Rigo Reyes. Thank you also for becoming a member, and I appreciate it. So I went to a contractor's license school. It was a night school. It was a couple of nights a week, if I recall correctly, for a couple of weeks. It's not much, but it's just mostly, it focuses on the test prep. Right? Like obviously, you better know your trade if you're trying to get licensed in your trade. But the law and business side of things, it's stuff that a lot of us haven't really come across. So I recommend going to a school on that, at least to get you comfortable before you go into your tests. Again, I'm not good at studying. I've never studied more than like 10 minutes in my life, but I did really well on both tests and passed them the first time. So the classes are definitely worth it. And if you are in Southern California, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I can tell you what school I went to. But it was like, I want to say $1,200, something like that. But they help you fill out all the paperwork to get your license, and it just makes things really easy. Let's see. Sorry, guys, reading the comments. We will build a shop out here eventually. That day will come one day. Hello, my son and I were watching some of your videos this morning. Awesome. I appreciate y'all. Your dedication over the years has been inspiring. Thank you. What's up, Alabama? Chris said your forehead looks big at this angle. Oh, so Chris and me measured foreheads the other day. He's going to say no, but we have the exact same forehead from eyebrow to widow's peak, brother. So hate to break it to you, Chris. Are you guys that bored at SeaWorld that you're watching my live stream? It's embarrassing. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Keep trying to get caught up. Something goes on your hat. Yeah, my hat is gross. This is from painting a ceiling at one of the restaurants. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend. Putting the overbuilt coyote blind to use. Yeah. We got to yeah. We got to get our use out of it. The heat wave discount code is Dmaxryno10. There you go. Yes, Chris Dedick put it in there. How do you become a member? So you go to the main page. There's got to be a way to do it in here. If you guys have seen it in or know how to do it in here, please let them know. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it from the live stream from your guys' side, but the if you go to my main page, so just like click out of this when we're done, or do it now and you can come back. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. And you can click on, there should be a little thing that pops up that says, do you want to become a channel member? And then you just click, sign up. It's a couple bucks. Again, you don't have to if you don't want to, but yeah, I'd appreciate it. And you guys can see a lot of unseen content on there. Is the coyote fixed? The coyote is not fixed. I finally tracked down the right part, so now I just got to get it here. So hopefully maybe that'll happen this week. The dealership ordered the part for me to them. They're in like Central California. So now I got to get it shipped from them to me. I wish I had a dealership close by. What's up, Westside Frenchies? Is Chris ever going to do another build? Chris wants to do another truck. I'll let you guys guess. What kind of truck do you think Chris wants to build? Did I use a ladder since stairs are broken? No, I just thought lightly. I thought like a feather and made it up these stairs. The $sign next to the chat. Okay, there you go. If you guys want to sign up to be a member, there's a $sign next to the chat somewhere on the screen. I can't see it from my end, so hopefully you guys can see it. There we go. Oh, dude. Levi wrote and said Ryan likes boys. Sweet rumor, dude. If that you paid $5 to say that. Oh, whatever, dude. Hey. All right, if y'all want to talk shit, just pay and talk shit, then it'll pop up, I guess. What's up with the driveway gates? I built mine and automated them with solar. Word of advice when looking at openers, make sure you get the soft close so it slows down at the end. Yeah, so the one that I have closest to the house, the rolling gate, that one works great. Has soft close, everything's fantastic. I use a gate mule at the like front entrance, like the old gate that me and Dedick have modified like 20 times. And those are the biggest piece of junk gate motors ever. You can program how tight you want it to, or how far you want it to open. No, close, but not how far you want it to open. So if there's something in the way, like the fence that it's lined up with is not perfectly perpendicular, it has to go to 90 degrees before it knows to stop. So it'll push up against that fence really hard. And then the sensors kick off saying, oh no, we're crushing somebody. You need to close. And it just does a bunch of crap. And they suck. They're an absolute pain in the butt. Never buy a gate motor. But that's a brand new one too. I just bought it to replace the other one because the other one had finally failed. And I was like, I don't want to put new brackets. I'm going to buy the same motor. Big regret. Let's see. Todd, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate you. Vampire Knight, also thank you for becoming a member. Doing an update on the fridge / cooler in the back of the Bronco. So that thing turns on and turns off every single day, right? So it turns on when I turn the Bronco on, turns off when I turn the Bronco off. So it's run almost every single day, and that thing still works great. It has a little error code that says low battery, but I think that's because they use like the same computer board in all of their models, and some of them have a battery backup system in them. Mine doesn't. So I don't know why I'm getting an error code that says low battery because I don't even have a battery in it. But if you just pretend that error code's not there, it all works flawlessly. It just has a little error code for some reason. Any thoughts on doing a Ram build? Maybe one day. I would like to do a Ram build one day. I think they're sick. I like mega cabs. So we'll see. A mega cab dually? That could be pretty cool. A Honda Ridgeline. Yeah. I feel like Chris could rock a Honda Ridgeline. Levi must be that one neighbor. I mean, unless he's using an alias here, you know. It does say his personal. That is his personal account. Member channel is well worth it. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Get Muddy is working on the road now. There you go. James is out working on the road. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna block this guy who's like repeating his comment 800 times. How do I do that? There we go. Done. Am I gonna get a puppy anytime soon? I am not, man. Gunner was one of the best, most respectful, most well-trained dogs ever. I put a lot of time in like training him, and I just don't have that time right now. So I don't want to get a dog and not put in the amount of time it takes to get them like so great. And then I have this dog that's like kind of a terror. So until I have the time and dedication to put into a puppy, I don't think I'm getting a new puppy anytime soon. Let's see. Been a member for a very long time, but I've fallen on hard times, but continue to enjoy the free content, but really do miss some of those pew-pew videos. No worries, brother. I understand. Not everybody can afford a couple bucks a month, man. That's why I don't push it too hard. I don't try to say, you have to sign up for this or you're going to miss out on all the content. If you can and you can afford it, there's some extra videos on there and some extra content that we can't show on the main channel. And if you can't, no worries. We're going to still keep putting out the free content as well. When is finishing the Jeep? When we hit the gift goal at SEMA a couple of years ago. Was there a gift goal for his Jeep? His Jeep? I don't remember what we did. Remind me. Have you ever thought about building a shop at your property and not having to pay $12,000 a month? It's not quite $12,000 a month for our shop in town, but yes, I cannot wait to not have to pay that. Mini skid steer or full size skid steer next? So obviously, I would love a full size skid steer, but a lot of the jobs that I do, like for work, a mini would be sick. It's just those dang things are getting so expensive. What's the smoked wing recipe? Ooh, so I actually buy pre-marinated wings. We have this really good butcher shop in town that does like some really awesome marinades on their wings. So I don't have the secret sauce there, but they're fantastic. Harbor Freight mower in action. I think actually as soon as I hop off this live stream, I'm gonna see if I can hook up the flail mower to this thing, and it's either gonna destroy itself or it's going to work. I'm totally scared to do this because it's been working well as a mower without, like the deck mower has been working good. I'm scared to put that flail mower on because that's what was on it when it broke from the previous owner. So, but we got to try it. We got to try it because this stuff's going to get thick out here. It's already starting to grow pretty good with these rains that we've been having and then a couple of hot summer days. Well, it's not summer, but a couple of hot days. So I'm a little afraid that the mower deck's not going to keep up and we're going to need the flail mower. But we shall see. Later, 95 Arrow Boy. David Corton, sweet man, would love to see it. What's Zach been up to? So Zach has been living the off-road desert dream. He's got a pre-runner truck now. He's got a spot that he goes out camping. And I got to go out with him one day. But he's doing the off-road thing now a lot. Haven't seen Sergio or Eddie in a while. I see Sergio. I saw him a couple days ago. He's been busy. I've been busy. I haven't been at the shop as much as I would like. So it's kind of really the only place we see each other. And then Eddie's, I don't really know what Eddie's doing. Eddie's busy running Midnight Motors out of his house and working on buggies and stuff. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Trying to get through these comments. Milwaukee or Harbor Freight? What brand do I like better? So honestly, guys, and I look me in the eyes, man. I'm not lying. The Harbor Freight Hercules tools are fantastic. I have almost every single Milwaukee tool in existence aside from like a couple of specialty plumbing tools that I would never use. The Harbor Freight stuff is on par, and some of it is better than the Milwaukee stuff. Now, longevity-wise, I don't know. I've had my Milwaukee tools forever. I've been using these Harbor Freight tools almost every single day since they gave them to us, and they're great. The only tool I've had an issue with is the multi-tool. The switch, something got weird in the like on-off switch. But what's funny is like 7 of my Milwaukee tools, I have issues with the triggers. I don't know what it is about Milwaukee and triggers, but they can't make triggers work on their tools. Their vacuums don't work. Me and a couple of other guys that have a couple of year old the 1/4 inch impacts Ours all stutter. You have like this weird stutter when you pull the trigger. You have to pull it again sometimes. Milwaukee's not great for their triggers. So to have one Harbor Freight tool out of the like 75 that we have a little bit of an issue with an on-off switch. And again, there's a lifetime warranty. I mean, I think maybe it's 90 days with the tools, but some of it's lifetime warranty. I'm just going to take it back and get it replaced. But I use them every single day. I can assure you guys, on or off camera, I wouldn't use them if they sucked, because that's just going to make my life harder. And there's really no point. I don't get paid from Harbor Freight to use them, to promote them, or anything like that. We do get free tools, for some things, but there's just no reason for me to promote them if they suck. And they don't suck. I mean, it's hard to beat the price of the batteries, the tools. I mean, they're great. How's the gym build? Do I get any use out of it? I think it's obvious. I've stopped using it. I need to get back into the gym. That's a fact. Secret to being the best employee. Ooh, that's a good question. I'm a horrible employee. Horrible employee. But one of the things I always did was I always tried to look at what the guy was doing whose job I wanted, or what the owner was doing, and then try to get ahead of what they're doing and do things that like they would have to come in and do, but I had already had it done, because I'm trying to think like an owner and not just like somebody that's trying to clock in for a 9 to 5, just trying to get my paycheck and go home. Like, what's the next step that's going to make the owner's job easier? And then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, oh shit, this guy's got he's got the gumption and the drive to want to do more, so I'm gonna give him more responsibility, and I'm gonna give him a better title and a pay raise and all that. Like, that's, to me, that's the way that you're gonna be a good employee. Have I seen the Harbor Freight baseball hats? Yes, I have 2 of the Harbor Freight hats. They're sick. What happened to buying a rental in Arizona like Chris? Those road trips were good content. The 7% mortgage interest rate is what happened. Unfortunately, at that rate, you're not really making money on the rental unless you're buying it all cash, which I don't think is the wisest thing to do. Don't think we don't look all the time, though. So I'm hoping, who knows if this is how that'll work, if that'll work like that at all. But with like maybe the tariffs will get crazy, and then the feds will be like, oh, we're going to drop the interest rates to ease this, and then that'd be a good time to buy. What's up from Minooka, Illinois? What up, Freddie? Whatever happened to Snow? So Snow moved back to Iowa, and he's a heavy haul trucker now. So go follow him. I don't know what his Instagram is now. Snow66, Snow something. He changes it every truck that he gets, but he has an L5P. Maybe Snow L5P. Maybe that's what it is. Go follow him on Instagram. You guys can see all the heavy hauling that he does. My cousin works for Milwaukee. They're transitioning to make USA-made motors, which will also revamp the triggers. See, that tells me they know their triggers are an issue. But good. I'm glad they're fixing them. Let's see. I broke my back. Would love to give it a go again, but I really do appreciate the content. Dang, man. Sorry to hear about your back. Get Harbor Freight to make a mini skid steer. That would be pretty wild. Let's see. Where's he reading these comments from? I ain't seen any of the ones he's reading. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of comments. Jorge, thank you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Do I like the Harbor Freight tool chest? Yes, very much so. What type of boot brand is your favorite? So I've always worn Wolverines. However, I've been wearing the Hey Dude boots. I don't have them on right now, but they ain't going to protect your feet from much. But if you just need boots to get by with wearing boots, like so nobody yells at you for not wearing boots, they're freaking fantastic. I almost wear them every single day, whether I need boots or not. Super comfortable, lightweight. They're cheap. They're like $60. Yeah, they're pretty rad. I like the Hey Dude boots. I actually bought extra pairs because I'm like, I'm going to destroy these things in a couple of months. But I like them so much that I'll just keep buying new ones. I have yet to destroy the first pair. I've got a 98 Ford Ranger pre-runner you can have. I don't turn down free trucks. So, Max, send me a message on Instagram. Let's see what you got. Thanks for the awesome videos. Favorite YouTuber with the most varied content. Awesome. Thank you, Peter. Greetings from Belgium. What's up, Canada? Do I ever work out towards Riverside? No, it's too far for me. What's up, Dale? Let's see. I have a 2008 Chevy Serato 2500 HD. Is that Silverado or Serato? I've never heard of a Serato. My cousin hates that I run all Harbor Freight because she knows the competition is legit now. Dang, sick. I respect that. I would sign, but I'm retiring on June 25th from RCP. Limited income. Better get more blocks out the ranch soon. Dang. All right, let me know if they got any block deals for me from RCP. I'll do another like 10 truckloads of block out here. Any hints for the SEMA build? I'll give you a hint. Somebody that's involved in it was in this chat earlier. Might still be in this chat. I don't know. I'm trying to get caught up on these comments. What's up, Abilene, Texas? What's up, New Zealand? How much you charge to do a video call to tell me how to fix my foundation on a 1917 farmhouse? Dang, you think there's money in this consultation stuff? I don't know. Shoot me a couple pictures on Instagram or a video walk around of what's going on and see if I can help you out. Depends on what your foundation is. If it's some like crazy old stone and mortar foundation, it might be more trouble than it's worth to try to repair it. Do I ever do subscriber or member meetups? I have not yet. I said a while back we got close, but we didn't quite hit 1,000 members. But if we hit 1,000 members, I will fly a member out to come hang out with us. We'll pick them at random, and we'll fly them out to come hang out with us. And yeah, I think that'd be super rad to do. We got to hit 1,000 channel members though. So if you guys want the chance at that, go sign up. If you're already a member, let people know in the comments of my videos. If we can get 1,000 people signed up for channel members, I will personally pay to fly one of you guys to come out here and hang out with me and the crew for a day. We'll do some ranch stuff. We'll do some shop stuff, whatever we want to get into, some pew-pews, all that stuff. Do I like Wendy's? Dude, I haven't had Wendy's in probably 20 years. The pool area is coming along swimmingly. Let me see here. You can see from here. It's a nice view from the hunting blind. Look at that. We got the pool. Still have not flipped over the patio cover. Don't get mad. Sorry. That'll happen. I'm just scared to do it. Fly you from New Zealand. Maybe? Hopefully you're in the United States. It'd be awesome to hang out. You're 45 minutes from my dad's place. Awesome. Awesome. How many members am I at currently? I don't know how to check that without getting off of this. Probably, I don't know. I don't really know how many members I have. I have not checked that in a very long time. We've got to be 500 or more, I would assume. I think last time we got to like 800 and something. We didn't quite get to 1,000. We got close. So if we can get to 1,000, let's see, we got some new members there. We got David, thank you for becoming a member. And then we got Garland, thank you for becoming a member. First video I ever saw of yours was when you bought like $3,000 in scratchers. So Papa Rhino actually came to me the other day and he's like, hey, I want to go buy another couple books of scratchers. You want in? You want to film it? And I was like, sick. Yeah, let's do it. That time it was me, Chris, and the liquor store owner. We went in, we all split it 3 ways. But this time it might be me, Papa Rhino, and I bet Chris will come back in too. The man likes to, he likes to gamble. So if you guys want to see that again, let me know. They got $40 books now. I think there's 30 in a book. So I think it's $1,200 a book of scratchers. I'd be willing to do that for some content. And we might win. Who knows? Let's see. ¿Qué dice, primo? No dice nada. 487 on right now. Oh, these aren't all members that are on here, but yeah, we can get it to 1,000. What is the next ranch equipment going to be? That's a good question. I don't really know. I'm always looking for stuff, checking marketplace, looking for the right deal. But I don't really know. Obviously, a skid steer is somewhere on the list. Will that be next? Maybe. A water truck. If anybody wants to buy my fire truck so I can go buy a water truck, that'd be cool. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get caught up. Do I do any new home track stuff? I'll do a custom new home, but I don't do tracked homes. If you fall, don't land on your diddly-do. If I fall, none of that looks comfortable to land on down there. You might have already answered, but did you cancel the second Bronco? Yes. So back when I first ordered my Bronco, I ordered 2 of them, and I was going to build 2 of them. But when they started putting all the restrictions on, like, oh, if you want it within the first year of the new ones, you have to like X out all of these options. Like basically the reason I bought or built my Bronco the way I built it was because those were the options that were going to be available the soonest. And a lot of the options that well, not a lot, but some of the options I wanted, I couldn't get. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to build one close enough to what I want, but it's going to get here sooner. But because I have to do that, I don't want to build 2 of them that are like good enough-ish. So I canceled the second one. I don't know how you're not bigger than you are. By far my favorite YouTube channel. I appreciate that. I think we're just too real. All the like the big YouTube channels do a lot of fake stunts, or they like put on an act for you, and I don't know. I'm not about that. I show you guys the real side of what we do, and I guess that's not as trendy as these guys that chase the trends and try to do all the fake stuff. Let's see. Hello, everybody. I'm from Greece, and my name is Aphrodite. Hello, Aphrodite from Greece. Dang, that's an interesting name there with your bottle of lotion. Y'all are some weird people. Let's see. Any recommendations for home pressure washer setup? Yeah, I mean the AR. What is it? The AR 500, AR Blue 500, whatever pressure washer I have. The electric one has been fantastic. If it's going to be permanently mounted in your garage, that's the way to go. If you need something that you want to like spray off your back patio and you want to roll around, I don't know. I've got a Simpson, I think, that I got at Tractor Supply, gas powered one that I use here, and that thing's been great too. I don't have any driveway updates for you. What happened to Poppy? So Poppy, if you guys don't know, he's like 70 something years old, and he would still come to work, but then he started slowing down. He's like, I don't want to work in the winter time. The cold air, I don't like the feeling on my lungs, you know? So I'm only going to work in the nice warm weather. And then that slowly started getting less and less and less. So now I think he actually does work with one of his like son-in-laws, and just kind of on and off when he feels like doing some work, but he's pretty much retired. Let's see. Is this a wig? Yes, the wig is attached to the hat. Will I end up selling my Bronco because of all the brakes? No, I don't know. I do like the Bronco, and I'm hoping after we refresh the entire front end, that it's going to be back to the Bronco that I know and love versus the squeaky, creaky, annoying to drive Bronco. So if it goes back to the Bronco I love, we'll hold on to it. Hey, Rhino, you need to buy a cool helicopter to put in your front gate as an art piece. You know what's funny, Taylor, is I peruse Marketplace, and maybe you guys can help me out. I would like to find an airplane that has, I don't know what considers an airplane totaled, but I would assume it takes a lot less to total an airplane than it does to total a car. So I want to find an airplane that's in okay-ish enough shape. I don't care if it's got the engine. Like, we don't need that. But I want one that we can like bolt the wings back on and make it look good enough, and put it in my yard and make it look like we landed that airplane there. And it doesn't ever have to move. But I feel like it'd be a cool piece of yard art. So if any of you guys know where I can find said airplane for not a lot of money, because I ain't trying to rebuild this thing, I want one that somebody's given up on. Then I will put one in my front yard. I feel like a helicopter would be more expensive to find than that. Let's see. My 3-year-old son calls you Uncle Rhino. Knows you since before he was born. That's rad. Sweet, dude. Favorite craft skill to learn, and what's been the most useful skill you've learned? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know, man. We say at work a lot that carpentry applies to everything that you do. Just in terms of being able to measure things, know how things fit together. I don't know. I feel like carpentry is like, it seems like it's a small skill or trade, but it applies to literally everything that you do is some form of carpentry. So I think carpentry is the most useful thing you can learn. Rhino, I think you need to buy another truck to drive up and down your dirt road and back and forth to work. Yeah. We're working on it. We got again, speaking of interest rates on commercial trucks, which an F-450 is considered a commercial truck, are also crazy and stupid, as opposed to like if you were to go buy an F-150 or an F-250 or even I think an F-350. They might be commercial out here because of the weight. Interest rates on those are stupid. So until that comes down, not gonna do it. Just got my Class A contractor's license. You definitely gave me inspiration to get it done. Awesome, Tristan. Congrats, brother. Been thinking about adding a Class A to my classifications. Maybe I'll do it one day. I'm watching all these guys dig up the streets on some of these restaurants we do, and they're like, we could do it much cleaner and better. But you can't do it without a Class A license as opposed to Class B that I have. 6 Sense Amelia, I'm new here. What type of content do you do? That's a great question. We do custom vehicle content, we do construction content, and then we do content from my ranch as we continue to build, improve, and modify this place. We've got quite the wide range. Troll boy, do you believe in God? I do believe in God, man. I have been saved a lot of times in my life when I probably shouldn't have made it out of situations. So somebody's up there pulling me out, that's for sure. Let's see. Do you still follow the Chargers since they left San Diego? Absolutely not. As soon as they left, I was done. Number one, I hate LA. Will never support an LA team. Number two, hate the owners of the Chargers. Can't stand them. They were crappy. They wanted the city to pay for their new stadium. And then when the city said no, which I totally agree with, I would love a new stadium, but why should we pay for it with a $1 billion NFL team that can afford their own stadium? The owner threw a tantrum and left. So good riddance. Become a Padre fan, though. Would I ever buy a 6'4" Power Stroke? If I can help it, I will not. That is my least favorite of the Power Strokes. Bro, I don't know how you work, maintain, film, and edit. It's not fun. Oh, man. These restaurant builds are draining. Because I can't. Ooh, what is that? Big old. What is that? A vulture? He'll land on the power line. He's not. Let's see. You guys see him flying by? He's hunting for something. These restaurant builds are like the most 9-to-5 job I've had in like 10 years. So they definitely kill a lot of my time, and it makes it rough. If you like old tractors, check out the Antique Steam and Gas Engine Museum Vista Tractor Show 2 weekends in June. So fun fact, I've actually been there. I've been to the Summergrass Bluegrass Festival that they host at the Antique Gas and Steam Engine Museum. And it's super rad when those guys pull out some of the old steam tractors. And if you know somebody there that will let me play with a steam tractor, please let me know. I'm assuming by you saying former high seas engineer, you probably go out there and you tweak on some of these super awesome steam engines because it's a really cool community up there. But I would love to go out there and film one day one of the antique steam tractors. That's like, I want one of those so bad, but they're expensive and I don't want to blow myself up. But if you have a contact, let me know. I love the work for it movement, man. It inspired me to buy my first truck at 15. I had to make work for it license plate. You inspired me to work construction. Awesome, man. Congrats on the truck. Build the F100. I don't have an F100. I've got an F600. I used to have an F100 in 1973, but we don't have one of those anymore. Would I do a retro mod OG Bronco? I would if I could find one cheap. Those original Broncos are insanely expensive. Does Dedek still have the red Chevy from Florida? Yes, he does. Not sure what he's going to do with it. Why the sunglasses inside? I mean, these windows aren't tinted, and it's kind of bright. So that's why the sunglasses. I mean, I'm in basically a sunroom right now, surrounded by windows. Do you know the YouTubers Flair and Robin Atwood? I know of Robin Atwood. Do I know them personally? I do not. Where's the Bronco at? SA? The Bronco is in the shop because she's still in pieces. How can I read the chat with these sunglasses? I mean, it's pretty easy. Definitely drug lord vibes with the plane in the yard. Yeah, that's what we're going for out here. Do a 2025 Toyota Land Cruiser build? Druggy, I know when you're high. Sure, dude. Aw, dude. See these pearly white eyes right there? See those pearly white eyes right there? Sorry, hate to break it to you. Don't drink. Never touch any drugs. I know. It's a boring life. You're the reason I got my PureTech tanks. Awesome, man. Do they deliver to your house? Because I know now some guys I've talked to said they don't deliver to homes. They only do commercial businesses. If I could build a dream truck with no budget, what truck would it be and what would you do? I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be another 450. But you're gonna have to stay tuned for what we're gonna do with it. But it's gonna be different than what we've ever done. Will you do more truck reviews? That's funny. I was actually just talking to Dedic 2 days ago about doing more truck reviews. So I'm gonna post on my Instagram and I'll post a post on here as well. I got to make a new email for that. But when I do, I want you guys to submit your pictures and we'll do a truck review. We're gonna pick like probably 20 trucks that get sent in. So send in a couple of pictures. Don't send in 20 pictures. And then a brief description of what's done to your truck. And preferably send in stuff that's not stock because we're not going to pick it. It's not exciting to review a stock truck, but we will definitely do that soon. It's something we have talked about. Tim, thank you for becoming a member. Long time no see, dude. Been a year or two. Dan, where you been, brother? We're still here. What do I think of the Raptor R? The Raptor Rs are sick, other than like every dealership wanting a $100,000 markup on them. Yes, Tyler, we are in the hunting blind. Electrician, NC, other side of the country. Awesome, man. That's a trade I probably wish I would have gotten into. Do I have a Discord channel? I do. I don't know how to give you the link to it. Dedic was in charge of that for a minute, and then some other guys kind of in charge of it now. But yes, I do. I do have a Discord channel. I don't shoot Dedic an Instagram message, squarebody_TIG, TIG, and he can send you the link to the Discord because I don't even know how to do that. Oh man, I think I'm way behind in these comments. Sorry, guys. I love Work for Man. Inspired me to buy my first truck. Oh, we've already seen that one. Did I just go back? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Heat Wave Lokes. I love Heat Waves glasses, y'all. I didn't think I would. And then they sent me out a pair, and I'm like, all right, these are sick. I like them. Would you be willing to do a new contractor required tools video working on starting an LLC? Yeah, Jeremy, I think we will do that one day for you. Would I ever get a dozer? Man, I would love a dozer. Yes. So this side of my property right here, it's a little hilly. And I mowed it for the first time last mowing season or last year. And it's a little hillier than I like to mow. So I want to get a dozer out there one day. James, if you're still here watching, let's split a dozer rental. And I'd like to just ease this area and just make it more gentler on the hills and the rolls over there. Any more sweepers? Oh, there's a couple of full-size street sweepers on Marketplace right now, but they're CNG. They're not gasoline. They're not diesel. I don't have anywhere to fill that up close by, so that wouldn't do me any good. Come on, man. That's construction. I have two $100 million projects running at the same time. I work 143 hours in 1 week. That means 4 days straight, no sleep. Cool, dude. Good for you. What's up from Virginia Tech School of Construction? I have not heard of that. Gray Alien. What are you skipping me for? I don't know, Gray Alien. I apparently haven't seen your comment. Getting my C20 HVAC contractor license. I'm in North SD area. Would love to meet you and work on one of your projects. Awesome, man. Shoot me an Instagram message. I've got a good HVAC guy, but you never know. Maybe there's something he's busy on and we need somebody else. Rhino, should I sell my 2020 Denali 2500 diesel with 20,000 miles or keep it? Don't need it. If you don't need it, sell it. Oh, sorry. I accidentally clicked on something here. Hello from the Netherlands. Let's see. Should get a second gen Ram 2500 gas. I almost have 300,000 on mine, and I've drove it up and down dirt roads like you do, and I've never had any problems. Yeah, I mean, the second gen gassers are cool. You get a little Walker Texas Ranger looking truck out of it, but I don't think that's for me. Help, I think if I have my train horns have an air leak. Grr. It's a good possibility. Check all your little fittings, man. Those little press to fit fittings, they can leak sometimes. Have I ever heard of Roger Waller's fireless steam car? I have not, but I'm interested. Sorry, guys. I know this is like not the most exciting content right now, but we're going. Matt, thank you for becoming a gold member. Looking at tinting my vehicle, I drive down dark country roads at night, but the Florida sun is brutal. I think I have 30% on my windshield and like 10 or 15% on the side windows, and I can still see pretty good. I don't like super, super dark tint. Enjoy the content for sure. Use the work for it with my team all the time. Gave each one of them a key tag as well. Awesome, Tim. I appreciate that. I miss James' videos. James still posts videos, guys. It's Get Muddy over here on the YouTubes. Go check him out. He's still posting videos. Gotta go. Time to go work. Good to meet you, Dmaxryno and chat room committee. We'll check out your content. Thank you, Sixth Sense Amelia. It's cool that we got some new people in here. Let's see. When will we know the base of the SEMA bill? So we're waiting on a couple of parts to show up, and I hope they show up this week. As soon as we get those, we'll do the big announcement as well as announce what's happening, all the companies that are involved in all of that. But I want to make sure we have all of the parts here when we do the big reveal. I wish I lived by y'all. I could do y'all's electrical work. I saw the video where your electrician walked out on you or something. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was, yeah, screw that guy. Oh, then somebody said, what happened to the electrician? He was like 7 foot tall. Yeah, that guy. Screw that guy. What's up, Saksam? I'm doing well, man. Me and the family are doing well. Hey, Rhino, why don't you build the 6.0? It has made you a lot of money. Really, the 6.0 just needs an oil cooler, and I just haven't had enough downtime and or want to tear that whole thing apart to put the oil cooler in. So at some point, we'll get to that. What did it cost to pump the guest house septic? It cost, drumroll please, $550. So I still got to go through and see who commented that. And I swear, if you guys go comment on that video, $550 right now, thinking I'm going to pick you and you were late, it's not going to happen. But it was $550 to pump the guest house, which I think is crazy, but we are kind of a mission to drive out here. Let's see. Tesla truck, the best. Oh, yeah, the best. Any opinions on the new Slate EV truck? That thing is like blown up all over the freaking social media. I personally don't believe we will see them until we see them. I feel like it's going to be like a lot of other startups. They're going to do a bunch of fundraising, promise you this $20,000 thing, and then you're never going to see it. It's like Boxable, the house brand that shows up on a trailer, unfolds into this house. They promised they were going to be like $40,000 when they first launched them. Now they're $60,000. Nobody can give you an accurate timeline. Nobody gets them delivered other than like a couple of government agencies and a couple of like giant mining companies that bought a bunch for employee housing. Other than that, everybody that's invested in it has never seen one. And I don't think you ever will. I hope I'm wrong, but the Slate truck, I doubt you'll ever see it, at least not for a couple of years. I think they're just doing a bunch of fundraising, and then it may or may not work, and they may go bankrupt. Hopefully not. I think it's a cool concept. Hopefully they can pass some crash test ratings because it looks a little sketchy, but we'll see. More welding videos. Yes, sir. I actually want to start working on the main entrance gates. So we'll see. Ooh, the wind is blowing like crazy. And yet the hunting blind is rock solid and steady. Need a Rhino and Get Muddy collab. It's been too long. I agree. I was actually just hanging out with James yesterday, but I think he's getting ready for a wheat or a hay harvest over there. So maybe I get involved in that. What's my favorite truck brand and tractor brand? Man, y'all know, Dmaxryno. I'm a Chevy GM guy. I haven't liked what GM has done with their interiors as of the last couple of versions of trucks. Whereas I do really like the F-450s, though. I don't know. I currently own a lot more Fords than I do Chevys. So that's a good question, man. I think I'm back and forth between GM and Chevy. And then tractor, I mean, I'm a Bobcat guy when it comes to like skid steers and mini X's and all of that. I love my Coyote tractor, though. I mean, for a little bit cheaper than a Kubota. I think that's pretty good. You know, it's a good brand. Let's see. Paparano's doing good, y'all. I would kill to build a SEMA truck. Never say never. And in fact, this next build that we're going to show you guys is going to show you that anybody can do it. So there's a little hint there. Anybody can do it without an insane budget and you can do it all yourself. So that's as much of a hint as I'm going to give on the next one. Ryan Zamini, happy birthday. I heard you wanted a dozen. I have an older, dozer, track dozer. Everything works. Need some hydraulic hoses, but might be nice at your ranch. All right, Ian, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm curious. If it's just hydraulic hoses, we can fix that. Anything crazier, it might get too expensive. We'll see. Let's see. I'm late to the game right now because I'm checking in 2:05. But what's the story with your nosy neighbor and your driveway? Have you finally got all that squared away and now you're just waiting? So that neighbor moved away, but we are still dealing with the city. And in fact, the person that currently has my permits, who I hired to do my permit services, will not respond to me. So we're going to have to figure this one out because this is getting annoying. Your boy wants I need my plans. I need my set of blueprints. And she has them, and she won't respond to me. So we might have to start all over, is what that is getting at. I can't wait for the main entrance to be done. Definitely do some cool stuff with the gate. Logo definitely needs to be there. Yes. So we are thinking of probably doing that logo. Oh, geez, that is zoomed in. Sorry, guys, that is my knee. That is ashy. We need to put some lotion on that. But thinking about doing that logo on the new ranch entrance. So we shall see. This is California, DMV. We need you to pay registration fees for truck haven't owned 4 years. What? I have a 2008 Silverado that just tuned straight pipe, but it still needs a little bit of work, and I want you and Derek to do it. Hit Derek up, squarebody_tig on Instagram, and he'll see if he can squeeze you in. Let's see. Checking in from Tennessee. Have I ever thought about swing out carriage doors for your shed? I have. I'm not great at building doors, nor do I have the wood shop with the dado machine and the rabbit machine and all of that stuff that I would want to properly build those doors. So I'd have to pay somebody, and at that point they're going to get expensive, and it might just be cheaper to just do a roll-up door. If you watch Rhino enough, he will build the gates, store them in the warehouse, and then last minute send them to Swift for powder coatings. We build them and they go straight to Swift, but then I want them back quickly. Do you think a fire ring around the ranch will help, like a moat sort of thing? I would love a moat. That would be a giant moat. I think it's about a mile of fencing to go around the ranch. Am I hiding in the hunting blind? I'm not. I was just actually out here filming a video that's going to be on the members page. So if you guys want to join and sign up, talking about the time the neighbor showed up at my gate wanting to fight over something that happened here at the ranch. So if you guys want to see that, go sign up to become a channel member. That video will be live tomorrow. Does the installer across from your shop do YouTube videos? No, Sergio does not. I've tried to get him to do YouTube videos. He unfortunately does not. I don't know why. It's hard. It's not easy to do YouTube videos. Do you ever think you'll get back into desert camping? I would love to. I would love to build a side-by-side. But as you guys know, the side-by-side, the toy hauler, and then I might as well buy a new truck at that point. Now you're like $300,000 in toys to go back to the desert. Will it happen one day? Sure. Right now, it's something I would only use very sparingly, a couple times a year, if that. I just don't have time to go out to the desert all the time like I would like. So until then, not quite yet. Pit bike vids on your land? Yeah, we got to rebuild the track. The track is in very, very sad shape. Oh, back over there. I think you can see a berm. The track's got to get rebuilt. And then we can get back into some pit bike content. That creaking is unsettling. That little hanger right there. When am I gonna have a baby? I'm not gonna have a baby. I got a lot of animals, and I feel like I'm still like the young kid that wants to buy myself toys, not some screaming infant some toys. So I don't think you're ever gonna see any baby rhinos. Why haven't I built a shop on my land? Because I still pay rent at another shop that I pay a lot of money towards, and I don't want to pay for both of those at the same time. Favorite ATV and UTV brand? I mean, when it came to dirt bikes, I was a Yamaha guy forever. But for side-by-sides, I don't know. I want to get an enclosed one, so the Polaris ADV is pretty cool because you can actually recline the seats. I've heard Can-Am makes the best enclosed cabs, though. So I don't really know. How's the red lawnmower holding up? It's holding up great. I'm actually going to make another video on it today. We're going to hook up the flail mower to it for the first time. And hopefully we don't destroy it, because the flail mower is what was on it when it got destroyed from the last owner. So we will see. Has the BBB ever been to the ranch? It has been. Actually, when I bought my excavator, the BBB is what towed it out here to the ranch. And what's funny is we forgot to get fuel. So we got all the way out here, and the BBB was almost out of fuel, and I had to send Dedick back in his Lexus with a fuel can in his front seat to go get me 5 gallons of fuel so we can make it out of here. How many animals do I have right now? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see. We've got 6 donkeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 goats. 2 guinea hens. A handful of chickens. 2 geese. A bull. A peacock. I'm probably forgetting something. A dog. A couple of cats. And I'm probably missing something, but that's what I got for now. Let's see. Kubota diesel side-by-side Unreal on fuel. Good to know. How long do my videos take to edit? Depends. If I'm using one camera and it's a simple like 1-day video, like we filmed it all in like the span of a day, like a couple of hours. If you start doing multiple cameras and it's over multiple days and multiple different angles, those can take like 3 to 4 hours easily or more. Then it takes like 30 minutes or so to save, and then another hour and plus to upload before you can go in and, you know, put your end screen on and all the stuff that you have to do through YouTube, but you have to wait till that hour and a half is done. So I normally do that. Like, I let that happen overnight, and then in the morning I'll come back in and add the stuff that we need to. Levi, thank you for becoming a member, brother. I appreciate it. What's your opinion on spending/saving money? Do you have anxiety about possible hard times? Of course. It's funny, back when I had my first house, my mortgage was super cheap. I always said, like, man, if I just lost my job today, I could go stand on that street corner and like panhandle for enough money to cover this mortgage and be cool, you know? Not that I believe in that, but like I could do that. So I was okay. The ranch is a lot more expensive, and quite the upgrade in expenses. So yes, I do get anxiety. I do save a decent amount of money, but all of the stuff that we do here is very expensive. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you should always have a big savings for emergencies. I know it's hard, but that's why I do a lot of multiple jobs and income streams and all of that, is because I'm terrified of not having a comfortable amount of money. You know, and I'm not rich. I don't have a ton of money, but I work my butt off to hopefully never be in a position where like I gotta let stuff go because I can't afford things. But that's why you don't see me make these crazy YouTube frivolous purchases. You know, could I go buy a brand new Toro Groundmaster for $70,000? Sure. But the $300 and something one I got off of a marketplace that we put a couple of bucks into, it works. So I try to be smart with my money. Again, it's not like I have a ton of it, nor a ton of it coming in, but I have an okay savings, and I do okay. But yes, you should always have savings, and try to be wise. Don't buy crap you don't need if you can't afford it. You know, we all like to make that 1 or 2 extravagant purchases, and I'm no stranger to it, but it's not. I always made sure I have plenty of money saved if I'm going to go buy a big purchase, and even after I make that purchase, there's still going to be money saved, because there's always things that come up, you know. When am I pimping out the mower with lights and new paint? That's a good question. I got to get a new belt on it first. I wanted that thing to prove itself before I put any more time or money into it. And so far, it's been good. Dan, thank you, from Great Bend. Let's see. The pergola has not been flipped back over. It's still, you can see it from the hunting blind. You can see the pergola still upside down and sad. We got to get that thing flipped back over. I did not get a new dog. No, I'm talking about the horse. That's a whole petting zoo. It is definitely a whole petting zoo. Levi, did I already thank you for signing up? If not, thank you, brother. Appreciate you signing up. Hold on, y'all. Your thoughts on universal batteries for all battery-powered tools? I don't know. If you can find a good brand, sure. One of the guys on our job site just bought a bunch of like knockoff Milwaukee batteries on Amazon, and I put one into a saw just to test it. It did like half a cut and like crapped out. So I don't know. I don't like knockoff batteries. Am I still gonna fly out a member if I reach the goal? Yes. If we get 1,000 channel members, I will fly somebody picked at random, hopefully in the continental United States, out here to come hang out with us. We will bring you to the ranch, to the shop. You can hang out with the crew and all of that. Let's see. Rhino on the phone and PBR on the TV. There you go. Keep your spare cash in gold or silver. Inflation hedge. Sure, there's a lot of guys that are into gold and silver. Hold on, guys. Trying to get caught back up here. Made a video off that old Toro. Made a lot of videos off that old Toro. Ranches definitely cost a lot to maintain, but well worth it taking care of your investment. Absolutely. And I know everybody talks crap about California, but you want to know a spot where your land and or property purchases skyrocket in value and equity? It's here. So every improvement we make to the ranch just increases the equity we have in this place. Was it difficult to get my GC license? It was not. No. I mentioned it earlier. I went to a licensed school that helps prep you for the tests, and I passed both tests first time with very minimal studying. That would be a dream to happen because I have no friends that ever want to hang out in the shop with me, so I get bored working on things by myself. I feel you. I feel you on that one. Is one of your goals with the ranch to be self-sustainable, so in a slump you can survive and defend against a zombie apocalypse? Let me tell y'all, I'm in a fantastic neighborhood for any apocalypse to go off. I've got great neighbors. We've got our sets of skills, and I think we can handle anything we need to out here and be self-sustainable. I do need to work on a garden. We have the guest house garden. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's fenced in right there. But I want to do like a greenhouse because I feel like when they're open like that to the elements, weeds grow quicker, vermin get in them, all of that. I don't want that. I want to do a big greenhouse where we can grow our own stuff inside a protected area. Why do waves always try to reach us? Isn't it beautiful? Sure. When am I going to burn the burn pile? That's a good question. I don't know. I've been building that pile for a long time. We're getting close to the end of burning season, but maybe we should do a big video of that. We just burn that burn pile. That's years and years of stuff ready to get burnt. What's your opinion? What's your options on Mini X's? Options or opinions? I love my Bobcat Mini X. I've run a bunch of different brands, and to me, that one is the best. Bro, you're my favorite TikToker. I always tag you in TikToks for the BBB. Awesome, man. Or sorry, YouTuber. I appreciate you, Tyler. No more trespassers, but I am posting a video on the members side about the neighbor that showed up to my gate one night trying to fight me. Yeah, that was pretty wild. So that video will go live tomorrow. Let's see. Have I ever started considering a petting zoo? I have not. I don't know if I want a bunch of random people showing up to the ranch to pet my animals. Have you ever done any remodeling to your house besides the fireplace? No, really. I mean, we just did the gym, and that's it. I think we're getting closer to doing the big house remodel, though. Mainly, I want to redo the kitchen, but I can't redo the kitchen if I'm not going to redo the floors. I can't redo the floors if I'm not going to tear the walls down that I want to tear down, because you don't want to do that after you do your floors, or your floors will never match up. So there's a lot of, like, basically you can't just do one thing. You're going to have to do it all. And the guest house remodel, I think that was like 50 or 60 grand. That's with me doing most of the work. So you can only imagine what the main house is going to cost. Let's see. How do we sign up for the members only videos? So somebody was saying on this stream here, somewhere on the screen, there is a $sign. Click on that. You can sign up, and then you go to the main page, and it'll show you all the members videos. They're all right there. And if not, when I'm done with this live stream, or if you want to leave now, you go out. You just go onto my main YouTube page, and there'll be a thing that pops up, or somewhere on the front page it'll say join channel members, and then you can sign on up, and you can see all of the channel videos that are the members videos that are already there, and any new ones in the future. And we do a lot of channel or member only live streams and stuff like that. There's a join button next to the subscribe button. Thank you, Brandon. There you go. You should look into the Unify Ubiquity camera system for your front gate and property. They just released Gen 6 cameras that are good at reading license plates. Yeah, we're going to be working on building, I hired a company at one point to build this gnarly system here. And then they took my money and ran. So we're coming for you if you're watching this. But we've already got a system, but I want to build a crazier system. So that'll happen. Been a member for 6 months. It's worth it. Awesome, Jack. I appreciate you, buddy. Any deal I can get you from my region of Bobcat would negated with shipping. Fair. Actually, Thornton, give me a deal on the remote control system, the plug and play remote control system. I feel like we could ship that. That's insanely expensive for what it is. Bobcat has gotten a little crazy with themselves by charging that much. Let's see. Any update on the in and out driveway? So if you go watch the last video we posted, which was like a week or two, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, there'll be your update on that. Yo, Big Rhino, can I brush your hair? Nah, Big Mystery, that would be weird. You cannot. John Deere prices are insane. Yeah, well, Bobcat wants like $15,000 for the remote control accessory to turn your Bobcat into a remote control vehicle, which in the old days, before all of these hydraulics were fly-by-wire, sure, I understand, like, there's valves and stuff involved, but now it's like plug and play. All you're doing is taking the things that the joysticks do and the wires that send the signal to the hydraulic pumps, and you're making that wireless. Why is that $15,000? That's ridiculous. That shouldn't be a thing. So Bobcat needs to get that under control. I build custom network/camera systems. It would be nice. If you want a nice design, let me know. Shoot me an Instagram. All of you guys that we've talked about stuff on here, shoot me an Instagram message. Sorry, I just like totally brain farted there. Dmaxryno on Instagram. It's easier to chat there. YouTube doesn't have a message feature anymore. So shoot me a message there. Slingshot videos, members only. There are Slingshot videos for the members only. And we will be getting some new ones. Chris actually just got his own slingshots. So maybe we'll do a little walk around of Chris's. What is the name of the company you get your hair bands from? It's the Long Hairs. So pretty easy to remember. You can check them out on Instagram or thelonghairs.com, I believe is their website, but they are the best hair ties. I have a bunch of cat equipment that all can be set up to run remotely. Don't know how much controller costs. Interesting. Let's see. Will you be upgrading or replacing the BBB? Or we just get something new to add to the collection of trucks. All right. Men don't grow up. Our toys just get more expensive. That's an understatement. Way more expensive. Let's see. Rough estimate on how much it costs to do the strobe setup on Papa Rhino's F450. Oh man, I don't remember what that was. I want to say it was like $1,200 or something. Something like that. Don't quote me on that. Awesome. Brendan, thank you for signing up to be a channel member, buddy. I appreciate it. How's the coyote situation? So far, we've been good. I heard some the other night, went outside, couldn't find them, but we've been pretty good for a while. Let's see. How are my donkey friends? Your donkey friends are fantastic. My donkey friends, also fantastic. I don't know where they're at. The animals are out somewhere out in the field. I haven't seen them this afternoon. They're floating around somewhere. Um, any new tools I'm excited about? Yeah, Harbor Freight. I'm excited for their rear handle circ saw. There's another tool I was looking at the other day. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm excited to try the rear handle circ saw. What's up, Tony from LC Sign? How's that slingshot aim? Got that dialed with tack drivers. Ain't really been a coyote I've missed in a long time, that's for sure. The only gooseneck trailer I have is the little mini gooseneck for the mini truck. Oh, we got a bird. Check this out. Bird watching. Oh, and he's gone. Thought you were gonna paint the ceiling black. I was, and then I painted everything else gray or white or whatever color this is, and I was like, man, I'm gonna ruin it when I slop black paint all over it. So I decided not to. No, Dustin, I do not smoke pot. I don't drink. Don't do anything. I guess, what is it? Straight edge? I'm straight edge, bro. I don't even like taking Tylenol. Like, I got to be really hurting to take a Tylenol. Sean, thank you for becoming a channel member. Remember, guys, if we can get to 1,000 channel members, I'm going to pick one of you guys at random and fly you out to come hang out with us at the ranch, at the shop, and all of that. You can hang out with the crew. So thank you to those of you that have signed up. And yeah, do I still hang out with Eddie? Yeah, I think we did a video not that long ago checking out Eddie's new excavator. We just live like 45 minutes to an hour apart, so it's just not convenient necessarily to go hang out with each other. I don't know, Jordan, how many members we're at. I don't know how to check without getting out of this, but I would assume we got to be at like 500 or 600, so not that many to get to 1,000. I do still have the fire truck, Justin. Yes. It is for sale if anybody's interested. I think I've got it listed for like 15 grand, but I'll sell it to you guys for 13 when you guys want it. The first video I watched of you was taking the BB to SEMA when they made you remove the graphics. Yeah, I was so pissed about that. I'm still mad about that, actually. Just hanging around today. I mean, we're just chilling in the hammock. I do need to go back to work on the shed. So we're probably going to end this soon. But yeah. What do I think about your truck, Aaron? I can't really see your truck, man. It's just got a tiny little thumbnail there. But if you guys want, I'm going to be, in the next day or so, posting a new email for you guys to send your trucks in. We'll do another truck review. We haven't done one of those videos in forever. And again, just to reiterate, only a couple of pictures with a brief description. Pick your best ones of your truck and no stock vehicles, please. Work for it applies to everyone, be it real estate to construction. As long as you want to succeed, you have to work for it. Absolutely. Tim, I used to get a bunch of messages from people being like, hey, I'm a truck driver. Is that considered blue collar and work for it? And I'm like, dude, work for it applies to everybody, man. As long as you got that drive, I don't care what it is, man. I don't care if you're whatever, you're door-to-door salesman or you're a blue collar worker or you're a nurse or a whatever, man. If you got that drive and you're out there working for it, it applies to you. I would love a fire truck, but I'm out of room. Currently, I already have 2 cars and 3 trucks in the driveway. City will kill me. We'll just get rid of one of those and then bring the fire truck. I feel like I remember the cat eye. Then when you got it, I think the diesel. Yeah, I missed the cat eye. How's the road holding up? The road's great. I guess James said he was out working on the road right now. We did go. There's a hawk. I don't think I'm going to be able to film it. Man, there's a great bird watching out here. I'm not a bird watcher, but there's some cool ones that have flown by. Can I put English subtitles so I can understand better? On my videos or onto this? How do I do it on this? I don't know how to do it on this. Hablas español. Yo hablo poquito. Más o menos. Really hoping mine will make it on the LBZ Swap Suburban, the review video. Sick, dude. The Kia is still stuck in the ditch. The Kia is sitting on a rock. She's not stuck in a ditch. She's not stuck. We can go back over there and we fire that thing up. I guarantee it. And she'll take off. Did the owner of the abandoned vehicle come back? Yes. A bunch of people said that they had saw it earlier in the day. I'm assuming that person was a little inebriated to leave it like that. When did I learn to speak Spanish? So I took Spanish in middle school. I was always trying to be the overachiever, and if you took it in middle school, you didn't have to take it in high school. So I took it early. Didn't learn a whole lot, but also me and the Spanish teacher, we didn't get along very well. And then on the job site is actually where I learned most of my Spanish, and it was mostly from Abel. Me and Abel would talk back and forth. And actually, one of my best friends growing up, his family was all from Monterrey. So anytime his family would come visit, it was like a mix between speaking English and Spanish. And so I learned a lot of Spanish from them. And then again, mostly on the job site, me and Abel would go days where Abel would say he was going to speak English to me all day, and then I would have to speak Spanish to him all day. And that's how we both learned how to speak English. He learned English better, and I learned Spanish better. Uh, when did I learn, or when did I decide to take YouTube seriously? That's a good question. I tried like vlogging construction stuff, and it wasn't really working very well. And then the truck stuff started to take off, and I was like, oh, maybe I should look into this a little more seriously. And yeah, it worked. What is my favorite thing to cook? Ooh, that's a good question. I can cook a pretty mean tri-tip, ribs, grill up some good smoked chicken wings. Just had carne asada. Yeah. Oldest friend you have had. Man, I've always hung out with people much older than me. Growing up, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, I used to hang out with like the 16-year-olds in the neighborhood, and I would wash their cars, and then they would drive me to 7-Eleven and buy me candy. And then, like, I just always hung out with older people. And then, obviously, working in construction at a very young age, I was always hanging out with guys in their like 40s and 50s and 60s. Now, Dave is 46, I think. So he's probably like my oldest friend now. Do I have a flat top grill? I do. I do have a Blackstone. I don't use it very often. I thought I would use it more, but I don't use it too much. I'm on the cook-off team here in Texas. We compete in the Houston Rodeo Cook-Off. That's badass. Hell yeah. I always see clips you post about smoking meat, and it always looks so good. Awesome, Taylor. It's pretty good stuff, man. I've definitely learned a bit over the years. Am I disappointed in the Bronco build quality? I mean, the factory welds seem shoddy. Yeah, I mean, the for the first gen Broncos to have that many frame failures is pretty wild to me. Other than that, it's a solid machine. I know I'd show you guys all the stuff that's broken on it, but it's a solid machine. Fern's good, man. Fern's been super busy with all the race team stuff. He's been down. I think he's down in the Baja right now for the 1000. Do I own a Traeger? I do not. I own a Pit Boss. I don't want to spend the Traeger money. I bought the Walmart Pit Boss. I've had that thing for like 7 or 8 years, and I've beat the crap out of that thing, and it's still fantastic. I think I hear an old piece of equipment coming down the road. I wonder if that's James in the grader. I don't think it's an airplane flying by. Um, Are you going to want truck shows or anything anytime soon? I wish we had more truck shows back out here, man. Nobody does them that often anymore. Been in the trades 11 years with my dad. Passed away a month ago. Sorry to hear that, brother. You're what inspires me on staying sober. Much respect. Awesome, man. Congrats on being sober. Any more squirrel hunt clips? Yeah, we're going to get some of those soon. We got to get Dedek back out here with the 22s, and we'll go hunt us some squirrel. But all right, guys, we have been on here for almost an hour and a half. I appreciate all of you guys that have signed up to be channel members. You guys are fantastic. Again, if we can get to 1,000 channel members, I will be flying one of you guys out to come hang out with us at the shop and at the ranch and all of that. Appreciate you guys. I do have a new channel member video that is dropping tomorrow about the neighbor that wanted to fight me at my gate. So if you guys want to hear about that story, go sign up to become a channel member. And I got to go back and do some work. This has been a nice hangout session, literally here in the hammock in the hunting blind. Y'all are fantastic. I appreciate every single one of you guys. But we are ending it. So, yeah, thanks, y'all.